Hello everybody, it is 11:46 in the morning. I have 14 minutes left until the beginning of the Brandon Sanderson 24-hour readathon. This is the first vlog I'm going to be able to do since the readathon basically had started of this Brandon Sanderson reading series basically. I have not had a chance to really participate in any of the 24-hour readathons that have been going on because I was busy with reading other books and other stuff like that, but very happy to say that today I will be getting started for the first time during the readathon, a book we are reading for the read-along. So this month we are working on Warbreaker, which currently is a standalone in the Cosmere. This deals, I believe, a lot with color magic, which I'm very interested in. This is in a completely different world than what we saw of Mistborn and also with Elantris. So yeah, and apparently this is the only thing we are reading this month. There are no novellas or short stories that need to be read this month along with Warbreaker, which is exciting. But I'm going to quickly go over what the synopsis of this is for those of you that have never heard of it. This is one of his most popular fantasy books in terms of the books that he has published recently. It is, like I said, a fan favorite. I'm excited because I've heard nothing but good things about it. But let's read about what it is about. It says, Tutelier, capital of Hallandren, is a colorful city by the sea where gaily dressed crowds bustle through sunny streets and worship heroes who have been reborn as gods. Ruled by the silent, mysterious God King, the pantheon is nourished by offerings of breath, the life force that keeps them alive and youthful. Exiled in Idris, the former royal family reluctantly betrothed a princess to the God King. Arriving in Tutelier, she finds both the city and the marriage are not at all what she expected. Her only ally is Lightsong, a god who is skeptical of his own divinity, who fears that war with Idris is inevitable. Meanwhile, another new arrival in Tutelier, one who bears the sentient sword Nightblood, makes cunning plans based on the unique magic of Hallandren, which uses color to focus the power of breath, plans that could change the world. So we're going to have at least probably two perspectives here. This, obviously, the girl that is going to be married to the God King and this new person that has this sword. We also, though, could have the perspective of Lightsong, so I would not be surprised if that's the case, but I don't know. This book is not including the stuff at the back, which is the Ars Arcanum and also a excerpt into The Way of Kings, is about 652 pages. So this is pretty typical for most of Sanderson's work, where they're over 600 pages, but it doesn't look like it because of how small this particular copy is. But I have heard that, like I said, a lot of people seem to really enjoy this. This is a fan favorite for a lot of Sanderson readers, so I'm very excited. And it seems that this might be our main character, the person on the cover. There's a sword down here, which I'm going to assume is Nightblood. And yeah, I don't know. So I'm curious because breath is the life force that is focused into by color. So how does that whole system work? I'm curious to see how that's going to go and if we get enough explanation of it. But I will be starting this here in about 10 minutes. So I'm very excited. I don't know really anything going into this at all. That's typically how I've been with Sanderson books in general, is I go in pretty much completely blind, maybe reading the synopsis to kind of get an idea of, what we're kind of being set up for, which really seems to be a lot similar to what I've read of Sanderson. There is some overarching ruler. The God King, I think, may possibly remind me about the Lord Ruler that from Mistborn, but we'll see. We kind of had that vibe going on with Elantris, where there was certain people that kind of had a very Lord Ruler-esque vibe, so I wonder if we're gonna get the same thing here. And then in terms of it relating to like Elantris, I feel like, we're gonna see this possible overtaking of religion, because it seems that this new person that's going to be coming here is going to try to bring in this new world and kind of using the magic that's involved in this world already kind of for his own gain, which reminds me of Elantris because of the fact that Readathon, who was kind of like our big bad guy in Elantris, was not necessarily using magic to his own gain, but he was doing things to meet his end goal, which I'm assuming this person that we're going to meet in this story is going to do. Like, they're basically going to try some kind of not revolution per se, but essentially change the world to meet their needs and their end goals. So yeah. But anyway, we're gonna get started with this here soon. My lunch is coming up really quick, so I just wanna get a couple more things done really quick before I go on my lunch, but then we're gonna get started with this. And in this vlog, am only going to be reading a portion of this. I'm not looking to finish this in 24 hours. That is not possible with my work life, and also the fact that on Saturday I have things I need to do, such as filming videos. My mom is gonna be coming over tomorrow to drop off a dresser that I had got from an uncle of mine, and is also gonna be taking this table that you're currently sitting on, because over here, you can see that big box right there is my new desk. So my husband is putting that together, I think tonight, and tomorrow my mom is gonna come pick up this table that I've been using as my desk for the last several months. And I'm very excited to finally have a new desk, a desk that is more suited to what I want and my needs. So very happy with that, but that's gonna be stuff you're gonna see over the course of this more than likely. And I think in terms of how much I'm going to be reading, it's like basically just over 100 pages. Yeah, it's gonna be like 143 pages basically that I will be reading of this, which is not quite a third of this, but it will basically get me to chapter 14. So I'll get through 13 chapters and the prologue of this, which is only about that much of the book, which is fine. Again, I already knew going into this readathon that I wasn't gonna, read all of this in 24 hours, but I was gonna, try to stick to my reading schedule I had for this month and really just kind of give my initial thoughts on this. If you want to hear my full thoughts on this when I do finish it, be sure to check out my weekly vlog that will be coming out after this video, because I'll basically have the vlog that I'm working on this current week. Later that same week that the weekly vlog will be going out, this vlog will be going out, and then the next weekly vlog will be the one where I talk probably more about this, if that makes sense. So anyway, that's kind of all I've got for right now, because Warbreaker is also counting for a couple of different things for readathons and stuff like that, but you'll be hearing more about that in the weekly vlog that I will be working on. So anyway, I need to get some stuff done, like I said, before I start my lunch, and I will talk to all you guys when I've made some progress in Warbreaker. Well, putting the desk together was a bust. So basically, got the desk earlier, and Robert was starting to put it together while I had to go deliver a package to the post office and grab dinner for us for date night. And it turns out that the framing of the desk that I got was made incorrectly, and it looks like it may have even been bounced around from person to person who's returned this particular model. Because basically the drill holes that you would feed your screws through to put the shelving on, instead of being directly across from each other, were angled. So the shelving would then be angled, making the entire thing tilted. And that was the foundational aspect of the entire desk, because that was even just the L part of it. So then you would have to place the desk along that L, and with it being tilted, everything was gonna basically fall apart again, like my last desk did when I made it incorrectly. So that sucks. I am going to be returning it. I have to wait for the return label to arrive for that. And so sometime next week, that's gonna be sent back out. So we decided to put the old table back together again. And now the desk is just, instead of being facing out toward the door, it's just kind of set up in the corner here. So it's not a big deal in all honesty, but I'm very upset with the fact that I got a non-functioning desk when I spent some money on it. I don't think anybody likes the idea of spending a lot of money on something that then doesn't end up working out at all. So I'm a little peeved, but I'll be fine. The table will do for so long until I can find something else, but I'm just really mad that that did not work out. But it is what it is, I guess. So now I gotta figure out though how I'm gonna have the rest of my stuff situated, because I need to put my table tray, which is currently up against the closet door, back somewhere. I think I'm just gonna basically put it up against the wall that is sitting now a little bit back from where the desk is. Something like that. I'm gonna have to, because there's nowhere else I can put this table tray without impeding the closet or anything else. So figure it out, but I'm very, very annoyed that did not end up working out. But c'est la vie, I guess. Not everything can work out the way that we always plan it to, which I have to learn. It's one of my issues tend to be in life. But with that being said, I am now about 62 pages into Warbreaker. Not really a lot's happened. The most that has happened is we've met several characters in this story. The main ones being, what is his name? Lightsong, who's a god who doesn't really believe in his own mythology or religion or anything. He's a god that doesn't believe in himself, which is very strange. We have Ciri, who in this story is going off to marry a god king who essentially is higher than Lightsong in this world. And the reason she's going there is because her parents are trying to basically avoid a revolution of sorts or a war that would be coming in from the city of Haladrin in this world, because I guess there is a lot of issues surrounding around the people that live in Idris. They don't really use color a lot, whereas in Haladrin, color is like a really big thing in terms of the way that it's used for magic and stuff like that. And so essentially what it sounds like is that Haladrin is trying to essentially convert everybody into using this particular magic and conquering areas of the world that are not theirs, which typical colonialism. That's a big thing with, I think, a lot of Sanderson's work, along with just religious aspects in general and the kind of like way that religion tends to spread and colonize in its own way in a lot of ways, like we saw with Elantris. So I'm curious to see where this is going. And then we also get a couple other perspectives over time. Like we got also Ciri's father's perspective in terms of the indecision of taking on the kind of pact that he had made with Haladrin, because there's like a treaty of sorts that he has to abide by, which if he doesn't, then it does spell out possibly war. At first, he was supposed to send his eldest daughter, who had been training literally her entire life to be the God King's bride and all these things, but he decided very last minute to send his youngest daughter, who was Ciri, because Ciri was kind of more expendable than his eldest. He definitely is a little bit nepotistic in the sense that he favored his eldest daughter over his youngest, and the youngest was, you know, Ciri was kind of the troublemaker of the family, and nobody really seemed to like her because of it. So they kind of were like, yeah, you're gonna go, best of luck to you, you know, keep us from having war happen, is kind of the idea that was sent along with this. We even got like a small perspective from Ciri's sister and how she was dealing with the fact that her father had instead chosen her sister to go and do this thing that she trained literally her entire life for since she was born. I'm curious to see how this is gonna go, but there's not much that's happened as of yet, and I'm not even quite 10% of the way through. I think I'm like 9% technically according to Goodreads, but we'll be getting through more of this probably, if not tonight, going into tomorrow. And tomorrow, actually, my mom is coming over. She was gonna pick up our table, but that is no longer going to happen. But she's bringing over a dresser that I need, that I got from my uncle that I said earlier. And apparently my grandmother's also coming, and my sister, because they wanna go over to Costco. So I will be going out with them and having lunch. So basically by the time it hits noon tomorrow, I will be basically done with the readathon, and I don't think I'm gonna get to the goal I necessarily had, but at the very least I'll have got, you know, started with the story and figured out kind of whether or not I'm interested in it, as I typically am with Sanderson's work. But then tomorrow morning, that means I have to do a lot of my filming before I leave, which is fine. But for right now, it is going on date night. And then Robert and I are gonna go play some Mario Kart, and I'm gonna kick his ass for the upteenth millionth time that he's played it with me. So it's gonna be fun. But I will speak to all you guys probably tomorrow with an update on this, if I can get anything else read before I have to leave tomorrow. Okay, I don't have much time because this camera battery is going to die, but I just did finish filming my only video I needed to film this week, because the other two videos that'll be coming out during next week are vlogs. So yeah, anyway, I do have some other stuff though I have to do. It is currently 9:13 in the morning. I need to get TikToks and stuff filmed quickly before my mom, my grandma, and my sister get here, and I need to then figure out what exactly I need to do this evening when I get back. I think I'm gonna try to hold off on doing pictures and stuff until I get back home from hanging out with them because that's not going to take nearly as long. And then after all that's done, I'm going to then move all my footage over and stuff. But in terms of Warbreaker, haven't made any more progress, but I'm going to put the audiobook on while I figure out what I'm going to do next and how I'm going to do things for the rest of this morning before they get here. I don't even know exactly when they're getting here. My mom did not text me last night saying what time they were going to be here, but I'm going to assume it's going to be around noon because we're going to be going to Costco, and my mom did say something about maybe grabbing lunch with my grandma and my sister. So I think that's what we're going to end up doing, which probably means that they're going to be here between 11:30 and noon. So I don't have much more time. I've got like a couple of hours that I have to kill, but that's going to be taken up with doing filming and stuff. So anyway, I am going to get started on that, and like I said, listen to my audiobook as I go because it's going to make it the easiest for me to get some more reading in. The goal I had was to get to basically chapter 14, which was going to be on page 144, which I don't think I'm going to get to really before noon. I don't think that's possible because I'm about 80 pages away from that, and I don't know. We'll kind of see. I don't think I can get there in the next couple of hours at least, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. I think I'm going to end this vlog here just because I'm not going to really have time to update you guys. I'm going to be out. So whatever I end up reading will be listed down here, like how many pages total I got to, just because I don't have time to update you guys finally later on. But hopefully I'll have at least got over the 100-page mark at some point, but we'll see. But I hope that nonetheless you guys still enjoyed this and would like to see more of these 24-hour readathon vlogs for Readathon Sanderson. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me in this video. If you guys did enjoy it, please do give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already and you'd like to be and would like to see more content like this, go ahead and hit that button down below and subscribe to become an owlet in our flock. And I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye guys!